Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Highway, and it's under the command of Rip Nasty 1. And he's a new viewer of the channel, only just recently found us, and he thought he'd send in a replay which we might enjoy. And he uploaded it by going through the descriptions in the video. Okay, game started. It's a 15cm howitzer, but it's the same version that you actually find on the Gorilla, the stock howitzer, which is actually very accurate. Has a shorter range, but it has more ammunition and has better accuracy as well, and a faster reload. Now, okay, yes, it does have the handicap of having that shorter range, but it more than makes up for it the amount of ammo and the ability to fire over objects which normally they wouldn't be able to hit with the Top Gun. And the reason for that is down to the fact that it actually has a lower trajectory with the Top Gun. It's a longer barrel, but it's a faster shell. And he's setting up the situation here at this end to get a perfect firing position on the enemy as they try to cut across the field. Yeah, that looks good enough. There's plenty of obstacles in the way which the enemy might not see him, but he can still fire over the objects at the enemy. Now, the Hummel was actually a late war design. They didn't actually build it until the middle of the war. The first production line actually came out in 1944. He's got his first kill, a Panzer III, which just got wiped out, and he only took that one out because he had the best trajectory. He would have been able to get it with the Top Gun. The shell would have actually hit the building, not the target. So he's got a kill based on the fact that he used the stock gun. Lined up the second shot. P-43 Biz. Lands right behind him. It tracks him. Well, looked like it tracked him and he fixed the track, but he certainly took a bit of damage and some stun. Now, the standard reload is 25.31 seconds. You can see his reload is 22.4. Okay, he's lined that one up. Rounds out. Oh, perfect! He's got another kill. So 2 kills. And in fact, he's got all the kills for his team so far. Brilliant. Okay, well, next one is an M4A1 who is popping up to fire right next door to the Panzer IV Aslains H. Rounds out. He moves forward, and the shell lands just in front of him, but it still managed to get some splash for 20 hit points. So it wasn't a complete one, but the M4A1, well, he probably knew that the shell was inbound, and he quickly dived out the way. Okay, the Panzer IV Aslains H just took a big hit from the Hellcat, and now we're firing another one at the M4A1. Oh, it lands in front of the Panzer IV instead, and he gets another 25 hit points and loads of stun assists as well. So it is working. Now, actually, we have had a large number of players join the channel because it's one of the few places on YouTube where you can actually go and watch Arty replays. In fact, we're not just on YouTube, actually, we're also on Rumble. Yes, most people don't know about that, and they might think, oh, well, Rumble's just a free speech platform, kind of right-wing, but not getting political. The thing about Rumble is that it's not connected with YouTube, so you're less likely to get taken off the internet because, of course, the Rumble is not likely to take orders from anybody else to take their channel down or their videos down. So we can put videos on Rumble where we can use bad language, but we don't do that anyway because we know that there is going to be children watching these and they want to watch these videos, and we don't really see the need to actually use foul language. We'd much rather watch this and enjoy it. Oh, T-3485 paired together with the Porlac tank, and they've managed to force that VK to pull back. In fact, it's not the only one. There's a 13 FL11 there as well. And that AMX could go around the side, but the enemy lost their Porlac tank for too long. But we lost our KB2, so things are looking a bit dicey up there now. That VK is all on his own, and there's at least 3 enemy tanks still up there. So he's fired 1 round in where he last saw one of the enemy tanks, which I think was the AMX 13 FL11. But we've just lost our VK3601H to their OI. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment. So that nest building that that we were doing earlier, that Rip Nasty was preparing, could actually become very useful very shortly. Can hear rubble being knocked over, which indicates to me that the enemy's on the move and they're headed in this direction. Now he's repositioning. As I say, plenty of buildings between him and the enemy, which means so long as his teammates are spotting, then he should be able to get shots. But it looks like they've pulled back somewhat. In fact, there's really nobody spotting except for the M10 RBFM. So under the circumstances, probably the best thing that Rip Nasty could do is actually move further north and keep one of the enemy tanks, or one of his teammates rather, near him to provide some cover. And we do have a box tank there. So if the enemy does reach the cap area, he can fire back into the cap to take out any tank that does. I can hear the engines of the box tank moving. He's not really in the best position, but he's looking out over a wide field of the map at the moment, of the field. A wide arc of the field, I should say, actually is the correct phrase. And nobody's watching at the moment. Yes, this could be awkward. The M10 needs to give us sight of where the enemy is. Okay, at least he's got something between him and the enemy. So long as the enemy doesn't have a light tank down in the field. They do have an AMX-13 FL11, that's the light tank. And the T-67 at a pinch can take part as a light tank stroke tank destroyer. So really, again, we've got nothing to fire back into the cap. Show us where the enemy is. The T-67 is nearby. Okay, now we haven't been spotted yet, but he has been hit. He just took a round. We fired snap. Didn't work. I think he meant to he thought the T-67 was going to pull back, and it didn't. Now it's doing it, but he really does need to aim just ahead of its path. Oh, he's gone. That's good news. The AC got him in the end, so at least we're fairly certain that only the MX-13 FL11 is going to be around to take us out. They do have a Jagdpanzer IV, I suppose, yes, and the M10 RBFM as well could act as a spotter. It looks to me like some of our teammates could actually make a move on the enemy cap. They're holding back at the moment. They are fairly low on hit points, though. Maybe they just don't want to dive into something which could actually work against them. Okay, well, the enemy has been spotted, and he's just south of us at the moment. Well, that's pretty final. Yes, the box tank made a mess of him. But now we can see enemy tanks coming up, and there's the M10, and the T-3485M is back at the cap. So he can get shots on the T-34, but if he fires, the M10 might know he's here. But he's going to give it a go, I think. He's reloading. Okay, the guy's pulling back down the hill. Okay. No, that went a bit long. The T-3485 can act as bodyguard for us for the moment. Now, that M10 is still there. There he is. Okay, somebody's now capping. That's the T-3485. Oh, good shot! And he got some stun assist off that one. 192 from the direct hit and 278 from stun assist. But now we've got 2 more enemy tanks turned up at the cap. They've got the AMX-13 FL11 and the T-3485M and the OI. Well, the AMX-13 FL11 failed. You're not supposed to be spotted by the enemy. You're supposed to be spotting the enemy, and he failed to do that. Okay, this is where it's going to get interesting, because now the OI has gone into the cap area. Unfortunately, he's gone behind the barn, but look at that. The box tank comes through for us again and nukes the OI. Of course, it was the Giro that was nuked the last time. And now there's just that T-3485M up there. Now he's gone right to the western edge of the map. He's probably looking around for Rip Nasty and hasn't found him. So he's probably a little puzzled at the moment. But who's behind us? Yes, the Jagdpanzer IV has come up the west side of the map. In fact, the west side, the north edge of the map. And he's now behind us. The BDR, well, he's trying to protect. He hasn't got much in the way of hit points. And he does go down. He was taken out by the BDR, by the KV-1S on the enemy team. That's surprising, because we haven't seen him. The T-34 tried to come north, but the M10 repelled him. There's the T-34. Lining up the shot. Looks good. Okay, let it settle. That was a bit snap, but it still worked. It went through the engine deck. Okay, so that's worked, and that's now 3 kills for Rip Nasty. Just got that Jagdpanzer IV behind us as well. He keeps turning around thinking, yeah, maybe I need to pay attention. I think you do. Always the possibility that that Jagdpanzer IV is going to try and push. The enemy must know that Rip Nasty's here now, because obviously they would have seen the tracer coming out from this general area. The box tank is now moving towards the enemy, and the AEC is just going around to have a quick check and see what happened to the Jagdpanzer IV. There he is! Now we've got a shot. Can we hit the side? Well, it was a bit snap, but it did actually hit the wreck of one of the tanks that was taken out there before. I think it was the M4A1 wreck. The AEC's gone up the other side to see what he can spot. Now, by moving out like this, getting close to the enemy might see us. 'Cause remember, they did see the BDR and shot at him and hit the rear. But I think he was being spotted by the Jagdpanzer IV. And, oh, he got the splash kill. That's 4 kills now. There's only 3 enemies remaining. 2 of them heavy tanks, though. That KV-1S and a Churchill 1. Now, I think we are down on hit points on the enemy. And I think it's down to the fact that the Churchill 1 and the KV-1S constitute the majority of their health. We look at the health bars, we can actually see that all 3 vehicles are 100% health. The Hummel, which of course hasn't been touched at all by our team, the KV-1S and the Churchill, all there showing 100% health. Whereas our team, well, not really showing 100% health. Okay, there is one of them. Rounds out in the KV-1S. Oh, it's a direct hit on the engine deck. That's good. He's picking up stun assist. Oh, big hit. That was the box tank just getting around in. And he's gone. Now, they've got less hit points than us this time. Now, AEC's moving forwards. I think we can reposition now, because it was the KV-1S that hit the BDR. And therefore, we could cut across the field to give the AEC support. The enemy Hummel's more than likely going to be behind their cap. Probably the other side of the ridgeline. The M10 RBFM and the SU-100Y are cutting straight across the field. They're not going straight to the cap, though. They should be doing that. But I think they just want to approach from the flanks. Yeah, he's weaving just in case the enemy is. And there's the Churchill. And it looks like he's AFK. Okay, we're into the last minute. He fires 1 round in, gets a direct hit for 195. I expect the box tank to get to work on that guy fairly quickly, as soon as he can spot him. "40 seconds left to go. The AEC needs to get round there and kill the Hummel first. But one more shot, rounds out. Oh, he got a big hit for 190, and he went down immediately afterwards, the AEC. And now I'm not sure if we've got enough time left. There's 21 seconds left on the clock. Can they get the kill that will give them the game? 15 seconds to go. This is going right down to the wire. It's a nail biter. 8 seconds to go. They found him. He's in the corner. Can we get a hit? 3, 2, 1. Oh, so close. Well, despite that being a draw, that game was an ace tanker game for Rip Nasty 1 in the Hummel. He did so well. He got a biter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He almost ended up with 5, because if he had taken out the Hummel, he would have won the game as well at the same time and have 1/3 of the enemy team. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 12. And he got a Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate from this one was 2,303, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. No, that went to the OI on the enemy team, but he didn't get a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. He managed 1,969 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was the enemy T67, which 1,862. And the third highest damage in the game was the box tank on our team, who managed 1,488. With, yes, Rip Nasty, he's down here as Turbo Raptor, getting 1,391 hit points of damage, which put him above all but 2 on the enemy team, 2 on his own team. He's in 5th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, he actually got the top spot there. 4 kills for Rip Nasty. 3 kills went to the AEC on his own team and the T67 on the enemy team. 2 kills went to the box tank, the M10 RBFM and the BDR on his own team, and the OI and M10 RBFM on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's the, it's Rip Nasty, 660 base experience points from that game. So he's top on damage, top on XP rather. 621 went to the AEC, and 571 went to the T67 on the enemy team. So he's top on 2 in the game on damage, on kills and on XP. Just missed out on the damage though in this one because the OI was doing much better. So detail: 21 shots fired. That's a lot of ammunition expended. In fact, he ended up the game on with 1 round remaining in his magazine, and if he'd had the time, he possibly even would have picked up a Faden's medal by taking out the last enemy, the Hummel, with that last shot. 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations at all, but he did get 17 splash damage of 1,391, of which 1,240 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 4, and got 200 hit points of damage assistance and 1,336 of stun assist off 13 stuns. Now, on a premium count, he actually earned a profit of 38,232 credits from the game. That's mainly down to the fact that, well, it's not mainly, but it's the fact that he was getting a lot of damage on the enemy. It's also helped by the fact that the gorilla shells are actually slightly cheaper than the top shells. But he also got a mission achievement. He got 25 bonds, which is always useful, and 3,168 experience points altogether out of the game. He got the Courageous Resistance Award because, of course, he picked up a Confederate, which is a Battle Hero medal, and that will pumped up his results to actually get him extra credits and extra XP. So a very decent and respectable replay to send in for your first replay on our channel. Probably not the last last replay we'll see from Rip Nasty. I expect we're probably going to see quite a few more at this rate, and that's good because we need people who love playing Arty and play it well to give us good replays so we can then showcase their work to other people. Because Arty specialists, they really can teach other people how to play it well. And of course, if people watch this replay, they can say, oh, I can pick up a lot of hints from how to do this. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.